In this tutorial, we demonstrate one of the many possibilities of failover routing through a practical example. We'll explore a scenario where users of a traditional PBX are being migrated to Microsoft Teams direct routing. In our example, the user with extension 300 has not yet been migrated to Microsoft Teams direct routing. With failover routing, all calls can initially be directed to Teams. In this case, a call is placed to the user with extension 300, who has not yet migrated to Microsoft Teams. The call is rejected by Microsoft Teams, and a 404 not found message is returned to anynode via SIP communication. This status code is configured as a trigger for the failover, and as a result, the call is automatically rerouted to the traditional PBX for the user who hasn't yet migrated to Microsoft Teams. This configuration simplifies maintenance compared to managing directories that contain Teams users. Please note that for this feature, you will need anynode version 4.12.5 or higher. If you are new to working with anynode, we recommend the following resources for further information. Video tutorials. First steps. Basics dial string rewriting and routing. Tech notes. Microsoft Teams with direct routing. Routing domain. We begin with pre-configured nodes consisting of a VoIP provider, Microsoft Teams direct routing, and a PBX. In the routing domain, accessible via the left navigation, all routes are displayed in a table. In our example, all incoming calls are initially routed to Microsoft Teams direct routing. Anynode's routing domains offer a wide range of possibilities for handling incoming calls. When using the scenario wizard for common scenarios, the routes are automatically created by the wizard. On the left side is always the source of the call, and on the right side is the destination. The routing table is processed by anynode from top to bottom. Routes can be moved up or down using the up and down buttons. In the route to Microsoft Teams, we allow all numbers listed in the destination dial string directory for Teams users to use this route. Previously, this destination dial string directory had to be manually updated with each migrated Teams user. With failover routing, this will no longer be necessary. Now, we want to configure the failover routing in the Microsoft Teams route. Click on the Teams route, then click Edit. The Route Assistant opens. A route generally consists of two key parts. First, the filter, which defines whether or not a route will be used. The second part is the establishment, where it is defined what should happen with the call. When configuring, it is always recommended to start with the filter definition. Failover routing is always set up in the establishment. Click on Establishment, and then on Configure. In Select Action, all calls should continue to be routed once the route filter was passed. Click Next. Activate the lower option. This route routes to the node specified below. Click Edit. The destination node remains Microsoft Teams direct routing. Navigate directly to the failover menu. From the list of status codes, select the rejection reason that will trigger the failover to the next configured node. In our example, the call should be routed to the PBX if no Microsoft Teams participant is available for the dialed number. Therefore, select the top status code with erroneous dial string, 404. Then click Finish. The status code is now registered as the trigger for the failover on the Teams route. Now we need to add the next destination below. In our example, this is the PBX. Click Add. Select the destination node to which the call should be routed in case of a triggered failover. In our example, this is the PBX. Optionally, you can perform number rewriting using destination dial string rewriting here. Click Finish. The list of destination nodes for the Microsoft Teams route has now been extended to include the route to the PBX. Optionally, you can configure additional destination nodes here. Click Finish. The Route Assistant now displays an overview of the configured destination nodes. Now we just need to remove the redundant directory from the Teams route and set a number filter there. Navigate to Filters. Click on the filter, and then on Edit. Navigate to Destination Dial String. Set the destination dial string directory to None. Click Finish. At this point, you should set up the phone number filter for Microsoft Teams direct routing, which is not covered in this tutorial. Click Finish once again to exit the Route Assistant. The PBX has now been added as the second destination node in the Teams route within the routing table. Don't forget to finalize the configuration by clicking Commit. Verifying functionality with a trace. The best way to verify the correct function of the failover, including number rewriting, is by using a trace. Start a trace. Navigate to Tracing in the left menu. Click Activate. Make a test call. Dial a number that has not yet been migrated to Microsoft Teams direct routing. In our example, the number ends in 300. Answer the call and then hang up. Stop the trace recording. Click Deactivate. Download the trace file. Click Download Trace File to review the results. Open the trace and double-click on the test call. In the signaling view, you can observe the flow of SIP communication. On the left, you'll see the incoming call from the provider. An invite with the number ending in 300 is first sent to Microsoft Teams by anynode. This is rejected by Teams with a 404 not found. The failover is then triggered, and the call is routed to the next destination node, which is the PBX. Finally, the call is accepted by the PBX. Congratulations! You've successfully learned how to set up a failover routing using this practical example.